I'm with Steve Riley here of Standard Chartered Bank. Steve, thanks for taking the time for a couple of minutes this morning with us. Steve, our board members won't know who you are. Can you just explain a little bit about your role and how long you've been at the bank?
I've been with the bank over 30 years, mainly as a banker. Did a lot of real estate lending and things like that. Basically, I took over the real estate for the bank in 1999, 2000, running the global business. Was doing that up until last year, in which I took over this project.
Okay.
And in Hong Kong, basically we did basically a fit out for just under 600,000 square feet, which at that time was the largest fit out project in Hong Kong history.
And was it okay? So some resonance with the project here in Singapore, because now the Standard Chartered Bank fit out in Singapore, I believe, is the largest in Singapore.
When it was signed, it was the largest deal in Singapore history for a fit out office space. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Now, I think as an observer, you were pretty clever, actually. I'm singing your praises here for a moment.
Choosing Woodhead, was it?
No, we'll come to that later. Just tell us a little bit about how that selection process started, and how many companies were assessed, and where Woodhead fitted into that, and what you knew about Woodhead as well.
I think it is about your consultants, your team. Is very, very important, and trusting that they know the market well. So we went out, we appointed to Jones Lang for the project management, and it was them plus some internal people that we looked at to say who was the best in the marketplace. We went out to 14 companies.
Really? 14?
And with intent, just looking at who was out there to see what's going on. By the time I really got involved, that was down to about 8, of which yourselves was in that last 8, and I have to admit, I never heard of you.
Okay, that's probably a good answer. So, saying that, you would then ask the question of your consultant team, so who is Woodhead? What do we know about Woodhead? And what was the response you got?
Basically, what I got was that they're tried and tested in certainly Australia far more than Asia Pacific. There was a feeling that, with the Singapore airport project, that came out trumps. It was really a sign to say you guys could deliver quite well. Large projects. Design, very strong design. At the time, and I think I mentioned to you, slight concerns on people. Okay. The design was a very strong aspect of that, but we were slightly concerned. And when we went through the process trying to decide, because some of the other companies were much stronger at the people analysis, getting the brief together.
When you say people, you mean that a workplace analysis process rather than the team?
Yes, yeah. And really, because your team's strong. I have to say, working with the team now, it is very strong.
It feels a good decision?
Yeah, okay. Absolutely.
Let's just go back to that selection process. As we progressed through the rounds, and you became involved in that analysis, and that how and why did Woodhead progress through those rounds and ultimately win?
Well, if you remember, we did ask you to give some ideas on how you would lay out the floors, how you would design the building from our perspective, and it was clear through that process that your design was very radically different from the others.
Okay.
And it was clear that your design team were very strong, which overweighed any concerns we had on the initial concerns about how do you get the brief together and everything else.
Okay, good. Okay. Well, this is a little bit of a summary from Steve Riley. It's a sunny day in Singapore. I'm going to let you get back to work. Appreciate your time. It's a very important client to us here at Woodhead, Singapore. And we've become good work friends as well.
That's good.
I appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.